Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. The subject which I am going to talk about is an evolutionary dynamism to empower women, girls, and other people to develop inclusive resilience at local level. We are here to talk about disaster risk reduction internationally. What I am going to cover is that what we have developed in last 30 years, how it can reach to the local people. I'm just taking one example. Here is a lady from Japan. There are two ladies, please. She is from Indonesia. Yeah. Please come up. And Ghana?
From South Sudan. South Sudan.
Yeah. Yes. Now it's very interesting. I have got 3 people from international community. My effort here will be how they respond to disasters. We say the whole world is prepared. In the past 30 years, we have faith that we have worked so hard that international community, national governments, and local governments, and international NGOs have done a good work for disaster risk reduction. But I ask a simple question. Suppose in this building, at this point of time, there is an earthquake. The building is falling. What will be your reaction? I'm counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No response. No response. Why? Here's a lady from Japan, the most vulnerable country, nation in the world. When this building starts falling, what will be your reaction? What will be your response?
I stand under the table.
Now she says she will go under a table. Is there any table around here? So what she can do? Put up a chair. Just.
No, just
She puts up a chair on her head. And she runs out of the building. Interesting, no? This is not PowerPoint. This is doing ourselves. Okay? Now, I got a friend from Indonesia. We have been talking about people, disabled people. Everybody says we have reached to them. Huh? We have 70 million people in India who are disabled. Huh? 70 million people in India who are disabled. Now, what she should do in such a situation when there is an earthquake at this point of time, right?
I stand here and I don't know what to say because I don't know what the.
Thank you. So the right situation is that no one knows nothing. Huh? How to respond, no one knows nothing. But on PowerPoint, we know everything. Huh? On PowerPoint, we know everything. Thank you. I thank you, these ladies. Now, there's a young student of a university. There's a young student of university, Ayana. So I asked Ayana that you are a young student of archaeology, am I right? How would you protect yourself in such an emergency when this building is falling?
At first, open the door.
So she says, I'll open the door. I do not know where are the doors. Huh? So she has to react. The most important thing is that she should protect her head. And how she protects her head is very interesting. If she is having a bag, put on your head, put on your head, put on your head, put on your head, put on your head. Now this is response. This is mechanism which we have to develop at individual level, at family level, and community level. It looks small, huh? It looks small, but that's what we have to achieve next 15 years. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. I'm just touching upon, are we running a sprint? Are we running a sprint? Or are we running a marathon for disaster risk reduction? I'll say the governments, international NGOs, and practitioners, and other supports can call it a sprint. Sprint is a quick fix. Huh? Sprint running is a quick fix. But I believe that we have to go for a marathon for disaster risk reduction. And that marathon requires inclusive school children, inclusive women, inclusive disabled people, including older people and all the citizens. And this needs stronger collaboration of the people, integration of the people. That means it has to do that. Very interesting. How disaster risk reduction imperatives guide for pioneering social innovations with strict conscious and enhanced accountability and the power of integrated action. Huh? It's a big question I'm putting. Then, why and what does this involve? What we should do? Now, you must be thinking that this guy is talking about quite a lot about local action. He's trying to undermine what has been achieved in 30 years. No. No way I'm not undermining anything. I said, what's over the contribution by UNISDR? What was the contribution by UN? And what was the contribution by national governments? It's most commendable. It is most commendable. But there's a but, huh? But it is not enough. It is not enough. We have to go more deeper, and more deeper in our preparation. How this could be achieved? We have to give a serious thought how this could be achieved. Number one is make disaster risk reduction bottom upward momentum. Now, bottom upward momentum means start preparedness at people's level. Madam, please come here. Here's a lady friend from Pakistan. When I ask her, when there is an earthquake, have you prepared your children and your husband?
उर्दू सर
क्या आपने अपने पति को और बच्चों को तैयार किया है अगर अर्थक्वेक होगा तो उनको क्या करना चाहिए बिल्डिंग गिरने लगी तो क्या
हाँ अगर हो जा जी
ओके
इतना वो समझ गए हैं अगर जिल्जला हो जाता है
व्हाट शी सेज पुट इट इन योर हेड आई विल रन ऑफ द हाउस and go out. She is getting out of the house. Now, this is the response mechanism I am planning. Please, this is the I am planning. That a correlation, a co-creation of creative thinking amongst most vulnerable. Who are the most vulnerable? The people at the bottom of the pyramid, who have remained elusive so far about their own role. As she knows her role a bit, but in Japan, Ayana didn't know what she has to do. From Japan, when I asked her. Okay, next one is envisaging methodology which explores fresh possibilities. It's not fixed possibility. My government will do and I'll do nothing. No, we keep on researching for the possibilities effecting a course of correction. Next is people themselves have to recognize core components, that they are the core component engineers of resilience at local level. They are the core components of local level. Sensitize the process of social awakening. Most important is that an individual, a family, and community get together and they learn how they should respond. Now, the social awakening, how this could be achieved? The social awakening only can be achieved when you believe that, yes, my government will come for a help. My government will come for a help. But I should know what I should do in seconds, what I should do in minutes. Because life-saving process is you respond in seconds and respond in minutes. And if you do not do, then you have lost your life. If you do not do, you have lost your life. So there's a gap between remaining alive and losing your life. Now, our all friends here coming from international community, there's a bombarded assertiveness. We say, we keep on accounting that I have done so much in this project, I've done in so much project, and we all are prepared. That has to be stopped, and we have to look for future, the next 15 years, how we change ourselves from past to future. I remember Einstein. He said, it's amazing. When you have formal knowledge, after that, no knowledge is required. I don't agree with him. I say, yes, in respect of disaster risk reduction, there is a creative curiosity amongst more than half of the population of the world. Who are those populations? They are women, they are girls, they are disabled, they are older people. And we do not have to be satisfied with trickle down. Trickle down is national government, state government, and then the district. I say go upwards. Now, I belong to India. Last 15 years, we have been working, how to prepare people at local level. The most important is that we are advocating people-centered, people-led, and people-owned system of disaster preparedness. Next is integrating with deeper generalizations. No symbolism, deeper integration of the people will achieve the better results. Developing people's ability to make them recognize themselves as a core component of engineering excellence. Now, this has to sink into the mind of the people that, yes, I'm a core component. Okay? And lastly, keeping the mind in time, the last word I just say here is that the governments and outside agencies, they have to spare resources to make the initiative of the community a reality. The resources which they are using for infrastructure and for reactive forces. In next 15 years, they should be using it for community preparedness. And some of the examples of Sarista Foundation, I am quoting here that how we are going about it. Some photographs you can have a look at. These are the women who are using the normal chairs. When the earthquake starts, women participation. They make floaters. They can make floaters locally. They don't have to wait for Indian Navy. This is a school rescue team. School rescue team. In case of an earthquake, they could be responding for their colleagues when earthquake happens. It's not imaginable, because we are only imagining when the government rescue team will come. This is a local rescue team. They participate and they learn. They build their capacity. Visually impaired people, huh? They have to be equally taken care. Save for older people. Last slide, ma'am. Don't get worried, huh? Okay. That's all. Thank you so much. And I convey my sincere thanks to all of you who encouraged me. And take the message home to prepare people. Thank you so much.